Welcome to Talk Time. I'm your host, Tisha Powell. I'm covering the business news today. We are in New York, the USA, and the feds in the United States have left interest rate at the same it was for the last 15 years. What does this mean? Well, credit cards are still high, homes are still high, and car payments, they'll still be high, but the inflation has literally slowed down. So that's something really, really good that's happening. The inflation is slowing down. So we do know once the Fed raises the interest rate, inflation would slow down. But the inflated assets of housing and stocks, they're still at a high price. And the SEC, well, they sued Bianca and Coinbase, which is two different litigation. Well, Bianca, the SEC is trying to seize assets, and Bianca is fighting to release that. So we know Coinbase is in a much different position than Bianca. So what is the SEC suing Bianca and Coinbase? They're suing these cryptocurrency companies, saying that they are unregistered brokers. But before the SEC can get any further with their lawsuits, they need to define what is a security, because Coinbase is saying they approached the SEC a couple times and they didn't receive a response. So is Coinbase in any violation if the SEC did not respond? These are questions that the judge will respond to. So we're going to be watching the news. We're going to be covering the SEC and Coinbase lawsuit, as well as the SEC and Bianca. Subscribe so we can talk more about it. I'm a former Wall Street attorney. We're doing business news. So the SEC, was it too broad in going after Coinbase and Bianca? Well, we know some form of regulation needed to come from these crypto. So it's good that the litigation is here, because it's going to shake out the cryptos that don't have any value. Like I said, all cryptos are not illegal. So the SEC, right now, the litigation is going to push forward, and it's going to allow the court or Congress to decide. We know other countries are deciding on crypto. So we know crypto is here to stay. Which one? We're going to find out. So if you have some form of energy or intents to be able to go after this crypto market, understand it is highly volatile, it's high risk. High risk is high reward. So that's why people are pursuing the crypto, because it is risky, but if it works out, they're going to get paid. If not, some will be burning. So we're going to watch and we're going to keep abreast on all these cryptocurrency and what's going on as well. So we are also going to talk about the inflation. The inflation slowed down. So this means that America is back on its way up. We'll talk more. We'll be back shortly. Hi, it's Tisha Powell. Welcome back to Talk Time. We are live in New York, USA. I'm a former Wall Street attorney, and I'm a writer and author of many books, including the financial books. So now we were talking about what's going on with Coinbase versus Bianca. So we know today that the SEC did not get to freeze Bianca's assets. So I know that's what they were trying to do, but a judge said, no, not yet. So this is good. This is a good direction for all people in Bianca and Coinbase. Now, a lot of people are saying, should we panic? I mean, Coinbase and Bianca, they've got most of the cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin. Well, I'm here to tell you, Bitcoin is approximately $9.6 billion while we're speaking, according to news analysts. That's the Bitcoin market. And Bitcoin don't need Coinbase or Bianca. So that's why most people are not really worried about cryptocurrency and these lawsuits, because Bitcoin is here to stay. So we know at least one, Bitcoin is bigger than Coinbase. Bitcoin is big, and it's something that's needed for the internet. This ecosystem that we created on the internet require us to have some form of digital currency. So we just hope that the law catches up to the reality of the internet. So that's why most people are not worried about this SEC lawsuit with Coinbase or with Bianca, because they know, first of all, it's two different outcomes, two different companies, two different approach. What Coinbase actually approached the SEC for information and advice. The SEC did not provide it to them. So now the SEC is saying that Coinbase and Bianca, they're in violation of security. But the first issue is, what is a security? And is cryptocurrency even a security? I mean, who gets to decide? If it's up to the SEC, if they want to regulate it, it's a security. So that's what we know. But do you think this is fair for Coinbase and Bitcoin and other people, 110 million users? Come on, compromise. There are over 23,000 crypto we don't need anymore. We just need to start weeding them out. And that's what this lawsuit, SEC versus Coinbase and Bianca, will do. And that's why most people are not worried about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin use some form of blockchain, or they have their own trading position. And also, Coinbase and Bianca are not the only places that Bitcoin is being traded. Bitcoin is also traded through peer-to-peer and other stuff. So basically, Bitcoin has value. Bitcoin is something that's going to be here. And this is why the SEC is not even going after Bitcoin. This is why everybody is not really going after Bitcoin, because I guess the legitimacy, it has true value. And this is a unique time to be alive, to see a new currency being formed based upon the internet and the needs of the people. So this is wonderful that we're able to see this. We'll be back shortly to talk more about the inflation and why the interest rate hasn't gone up. I'm Tisha Paul. We'll be back with the business news. Welcome back to Talk Time. I'm your host, Tisha Powell. This is business news. We are in New York, United States. So inflation, the federal government did not raise the interest rate when they met. So for 15 months, the interest rate has been the same. So what does this mean? Well, savings. There are some banks that are offering 7% interest rate and some that are offering 12. That's what happens when interest rate is this high. So you need to look at other options that are out there than, this recession is bad, because interest rate, if you have a savings account, you're getting 7 to 12%. Well, unfortunately, this is not good for credit cards. This is not good for car payments, and this is not good for the housing market, because interest rate is still high. So people are going to be paying more. So all those people who have to be getting a home now or going out to get credit cards or car loans, they're going to be the ones to feel the pinch the most. This is also an opportunity for you to try to save. During an inflation or a recession, people try to save and start a business on the internet, because business tend to boom during a recession. Some people are going down and some people are coming in. So recessions and inflations, there's always an opportunity for people to make money. And remember, nothing lasts forever. So this inflation and this recession, at some point, it's going to have to stop. So we are seeing that the interest rate has stayed the same, and we're seeing that banks are offering high on savings. That's the business news for today. I'm Tisha Powell. Thanks so much for joining us. From all of us here at Talk Time, thank you so much. We'll see you real soon. Subscribe for more business news and business and investment tips. This is a business news channel. I'm Tisha Powell. Take care.